welcome or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. I'm so glad that you're joining me for these messages. It just brings me so much joy to read your cards. Speaking of, my calendar is now open for personal readings. The link for that is in the description below. Of course, anything you could ever want to know about this reading is going to be in the description below. And honestly, that's really all I have. I'm not even sure what decks we're going to be using yet. I just started getting that poking feeling last night to start putting out messages again. So that's what we're going to do. And this is probably the quickest intro I've ever done, but let's get into it. Great. So let's see. Actually, let's see who's next first. Whoa. Oh, that was fast. Pisces. Okay. If I can get it right. Pisces. Okay. I get my life together over here. So we're using the Everyday Witch Oracle to get an overall vibe. And then we have the Everyday Witch Tarot for more information. I literally just got these the other day. Trying to remember the day. Ooh, give love. Love this. This has a very Two of Cups feel to it. Just obviously, there's two people, there's two cats drinking out of the same bowl. There's all these hearts fluttering out of the fire here. I mean, this could very much be relationship, but it could also be opening the heart space. Is there it's very ritual too, because there's these ribbons wrapped around, if you can see, hopefully there are these ribbons wrapped around their wrists. I was trying to see if it was wrapped around both of their hands, and I don't think that it is. I think the ribbon is just wrapped around, each individual wrist, and then it's wrapped around the candle a bit too. I mean, you could be playing around with spells, candle magic. Oh my gosh, and look, we don't take the cards that flip, we take the cards that fall out, but look at this. Pisces are all up in their feels, huh? We need 6 tarot cards. And it can be literally across the spectrum. It could be relationship, like I said. It could be work. It could be, what did I already say? I literally already lost my train of thought. It could be relationship. How many cards is this? Oh. Almost exactly as many as we needed. It was funny because in the 2-5 reading that I just did, literally 6 cards came out, which was the exact number of cards that I needed. Wow, okay. Jeez. Pisces. One more. Okay. In the process of moving all of these around, I just got beat up by my plant light. Hold on. So my plant light is clearly not a Pisces, because it is showing me no love. Okay. I just kind of want to see what the book says about this card. 71. It is a wonderful thing to be loved. We all want to feel love in our lives. That feeling of warmth and comfort that comes from the knowledge that someone out there is sending love in our direction. But don't forget that love is a street that goes in two directions. As much as you need and want to be loved, others need and want it too. Love is remarkable. The more you give, the more you have. The more you give, the more you have to give. That's interesting. If you allow your heart to be filled with love for others, whether that love is romantic or familial, the affection between friends, the love you feel for a beloved animal companion, or even the love for God or goddess, that sense of warmth and joy will overflow like a river. You can give love to those you don't even know, send unconditional love out to the homeless man you pass on the street, or the woman who smiles at you in the store. You don't have to say or do anything necessarily. Just open your heart and send love out. Of course, if you are giving love to those you know, you can say it out loud, write it on a card, or just express it with a hug or kind word. Sometime you will get love back. Sometimes you won't. But that doesn't mean it isn't worth doing. Very interesting. I love that I said that this has a Two of Cups feel to it. And the Two of Cups came out, but it came out with the Five of Cups. The Five of Swords. So it's like the girls are fighting. That's just a phrase. That's just a saying. But, we'll get there. This also kind of has this feel of even trying something different, like approaching a situation differently, and even like tapping into your water element. And water is very much about our feelings, our intuition. Pisces is the last zodiac sign, right? So it rules over the 12th house, which is the unconscious, the unseen realm, intuition, emotion. Let's just start from the beginning, where it all begins. We start with a Page of Wands. And I love that the Page of Wands is paired with the effing Ace of Wands. Because the Page of Wands is when they take this desire and this passion, this spark, and start to act on it. There's an adventurous quality to it. Sorry if my camera is like jumping all over the place. The Page of Wands is a bit... The hell? That was weird. Wands have to do with communication too. And my throat just literally closed for a second. So there could be some sort of like communication happening here, or needing to happen. Like maybe there is something blocking you from doing that. But anyway, so this Page of Wands, we can see there's this path here. Their body is like facing this path here. But then there's this cat that's got their attention, and it's like, I don't know, you want to try this route? Let's go this route. And they're like, I'm intrigued. Because that is very like Page of Wands energy, is taking the path less traveled. Maybe I do want to see what's behind door number 2. Being curious and open-minded. Wands having to do, and also, both these being fire too. Like, fire is about, motivation. It's the actions that we're taking. Like I said, it's communication. There's a creativity aspect to it, our passions. I think I already said this, but communication, and that's whether you are communicating with others or if you're receiving information from somebody else. The Ace of Wands, like I said before, is the spark. That's the the, start of a new idea, discovering something new. And then, even this fire, again, that is very interesting to me. There could even be some sort of collaboration going on here, or the potential for like a creative project, but partnered with somebody else. You could be the one initiating it, or you could be the one that it's like based off of maybe even something creative that you do. I can't get over the similarities in these two cards. There's these hearts that are coming out of the flame here, but in the smoke over here, it's like this could be the things that you're interested in or have a passion about. And it doesn't specifically have to be the things that are on this card. We have music, there's a plant here, books, there's a palette and a brush there. So, it doesn't necessarily have to be something on here, but there is like, there could be an opportunity to work with or collaborate with somebody else. And it would be like based on both of your passions. Like somehow that would come together, or it would just complement each other. That is very effing cool, honestly. We have the Fool card, which is a leap of faith. There's a trust and surrender element that goes along with the Fool too, because, they're literally walking off this cliff with a broom between their legs. So it's like trusting that the wind is going to catch you, or, that a net is going to show up, or like the path is going to unfold. And it always does. Always, 100% of the time. And it's paired with the Two of Swords, which is indecision. It's also maybe even like the fear of not being able to see what's next. So whatever is like happening over here, it's creating this new opportunity, or it's even maybe requiring you to take a leap of faith and trust that it'll work out, even if you can't see it yet. And really, like if we're making decisions from our mind, because that's what the Swords card, the Swords covers the mind, it's truth, it's honesty, it's our ego also, because that's generally where we hear our ego is in our minds. And if we're making decisions from our mind, that is like the worst that is like the worst possible thing that we could do, because ego kicks in and it's like, dude, I can't see how this is going to work. Like whatever, we tried it in the past, or I've seen other people do it, or blah, blah, blah. Like it's like there's so many things that we have all probably not done because we allowed our minds to talk us out of it. When in our body, like in our intuition, in our emotional body, we knew that it was going to be fine. And that is exactly like with this Two of Swords, because they're blindfolded. Here, hopefully you can see that. I can't like see the camera screen, but they are blindfolded. They still hit a bullseye. So this bullseye didn't happen because they thought about it. They trusted their body and like muscle memory. That doesn't come from the mind. Even this cat is like, what the hell? You did that. Again, this even feels like a leap of faith, because, throwing a dart at a bullseye or at a dartboard, like at a target, whatever, being blindfolded, like this has very similar vibes to it. And then we have the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Wands is fast. It's fast moving. It's communication. It could be a bit overwhelming because, she looks like, they're trying to hold all these wands up here while there's a tornado going on, or they could be just trying to keep control of them in general while this tornado is going on. They're holding their cat, like just juggling a lot of different things. Again, with wands being action and communication, the 8 of wands it's either fast moving communication coming into you or going out. But whatever this is too, it could even be that it does better than maybe you anticipated, quicker than anticipated. This could also be trying to manage information or data, orders, if it's like a product or something, or like a service. And then we have the 2 of Cups with the 5 of Swords. Now this is interesting. 2 of Cups, it's shared values. It feels like there's some sort of agreement, or because they're clinking glasses, it's like cheers. It's like reaching. I mean, they could be some sort of celebration. This cat down here is, handing or giving a fish to this cat. It's interesting because, we start with the Ace of Cups. That's when, your cup is overflowing. You have enough to give to somebody else. The somebody else comes in with their Ace of Cups, right? So there's this equal exchange to where you're not giving more than you're receiving. It's reciprocal because you both have your own cups. You're both fulfilled within yourselves to where you can come into this partnership. And of course, it can be romantic, but like I said before, it could be platonic, it could be friendship, it could be business. And then we have the 5 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords is mental gymnastics to me. Clearly, one person is in control of these swords, and these other 2 people are like, what in the world? Even this one cat down here, this feels like very group project-y. And it feels like, it really has this feel of like a warning or a heads up. I have the book so I kind of just want to see what it says. Yay, I get all the swords. One of these witches sure is looking happier than the other 2. It looks like her spell won out over those of the others, and she has proven herself to be the superior magic wielder. But at what cost? Maybe she got so caught up in the moment that she didn't think about the consequences, but it is clear there is going to be some. At best, there will be a lack of trust in the future. At worst, her friends will never work with her again. Was it worth it? Somewhere down the road, she may be wishing she played a little nicer. Life is a lot easier when people work together instead of always trying to win or be the best. The 5 of Swords reminds us of the cost of being obsessed with coming out on top, and it warns us that there may be those around us who aren't really looking out for our best interest. Are you playing nice? That's why I'm saying, like, it has this like group project feel to it, whether it's you or whether it's the other person, if there is another person involved here. Even paired with the 8 of Wands, it's like there's one person in here, in this card, that is trying to manage these, is it 7 wands that are up there? 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 wands up there. And then she's holding the 8th wand. This could also be about, protecting intellectual property. If you are going to be working with somebody else, even if it's like a marriage, right? Like, I mean, even if it is your partner, this just kind of has like very, I don't want to say contract, but really get clear on what the expectations are. Because this feels a little bit like it has a potential, if not checked, to go off the rails. And I feel like it's more of a warning, again, because it's like, are you playing nice? But again, it could be you, it could be another person if there is another person involved. It's interesting because there's two people here. There's, three people here, two people on this card. But all of these other cards are singular. There's only one person on those cards. And this situation could be why this Two of Swords popped up with the Fool card. This could be a concern that you have where, when we were talking about it and exchanging ideas and how we feel about it, we were on the same page. But then when it came down to it, somebody's doing more than the other. And that's why I'm like, it has group project feel to it. We have the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is new ideas, honesty, truth, new perspective. And I'm also curious what the book says about the Ace of Swords. The aces often represent an unusual opportunity, one of those moments that enter our lives as a gift, often unexpected, always fleeting. The Ace of Swords in particular suggests that it is time to look at life in a new way or act on a new idea that will change things dramatically. Don't let this moment pass you by without taking advantage of whatever it is the universe is offering. Open your mind and let the light shine in. Sometimes an idea will come to you in a flash. A new plan of action when you thought you were stuck, a new way of looking at an old situation. The Ace of Swords is a reminder to be open to such things. Has someone suggested something to you recently that you originally dismissed? Try thinking about it again. And then we have death behind that. Death talks about the end of something. There's that saying, anytime the death card comes out, I always repeat the saying, new beginnings disguise themselves as endings. That's the death card. I also love that it's coming after an effing ace. This is a card of Scorpio, so it's water vibes. There's this door that opened back here. And then on the other side of death is this Nine of Swords, which is kind of sleepless nights. It's anxiety, it's fear, worry. So it's like this new idea, this new, whatever this Ace of Swords will be, is creating this situation where, if you were hanging on by a thread, if something in your life is holding on by a thread, that thread is going to be cut. And look, they have a sword here too, which is, oh my gosh. And my dog agrees. It could even be, this douse of honesty and truth is going to be, or even uncovering some sort of truth is going to be the thing that it's like the straw that broke the camel's back thing. But it's going to end this cycle of like basically suffering, because we have the King of Pentacles behind the Nine of Swords. And this talks about abundance and having your cake and eating it too. The king is the highest expression of the suit. The pentacles talk about our money, how we get it, how we spend it, how we save it. I mean, it could be a promotion at a job. Seven of Pentacles, seeing the fruits of your labor pay off. This could even be like killing somebody with kindness. Now all the dogs in the neighborhood are going to start going crazy. So good thing we're nearing the end. Crows also signify change. You could see, like if you saw a crow, it would just be, some sort of symbol about this message too. Because that is the one, there's these birds, I can't tell what those are, but that's the one other type of animal that's in any of these cards is the crow, right in the middle. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.